Very scary. I don't like this place, and I don't like it, and I have no reason why.
You feel strange, a horrible feeling in your stomach.
I'm getting a really... Sorry. It's a different energy from what's upstairs. I don't want that one.
Richard, how are you doing down there?
Is anyone here? I heard a word.
What was that? What was you? Oh! That really hurt.
Right. Yeah. Like something, like I've got something right there all the time.
What was that? Smack then. Back, you know, right back, to say.
Whoa! I saw the thing! It came from up there!
Welcome to another Midsummer Most Haunted Live. For the second night we are broadcasting live from Llanelli in southwest Wales, and what a fascinating night it promises to be, including a unique television experience involving everyone in the audience and everyone at home. So keep watching Most Haunted Live. Now, Yvette and the team, Carl and David and John and the gang, are already at tonight's location preparing for the vigil. I'm going to now speak to them live. Yvette, how are you all, and have you recovered from last night's nerve-wracking investigation? Yvette! Woo!
Hi, David. Thanks very much, Paul. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're actually standing outside the location. Have recovered from last night. It was one heck of a night. I've not seen any of the location inside at all, but it looks really derelict. We're actually here in what's called Llanelli House. We're in the centre of Llanelli. It looks really spooky. So we're kind of ready to go. We've got Kieran and David here. We just want to crack on with it, Paul.
Thank you, Yvette. Good luck to you and the team. Yvette Fielding, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, it is light outside at the moment. We're absolutely live. It's just after 9 o'clock, only a few days after the summer solstice. But when they go inside Llanelli House, the doors and windows will be sealed. We'll be using night vision, and anything could happen. Here is why we have chosen this location for tonight's vigil. Take a look.
One of the area's most historic properties, Llanelli House, built in the early 1700s by local MP Thomas Stepney, has sadly over time fallen into dilapidated disuse. This once magnificent family home has found many uses, and in recent times its lower floors housed a cafe and several shops. It does of course have many ghostly tales to tell. It is said a pregnant maid jumped to her death from one of the top floor rooms in an attempt to hide her shameful dishonour. Many claim to have seen her phantom figure and heard her dress dragging on the floorboards. The presence of a distressed man has been detected within the cellar. The feeling of being watched by unseen eyes is overwhelming. Past occupants are alleged to have been seen on the stairs. Will tonight's investigation give names to these shadows and finally lay them to rest?
Fascinating venue for a vigil. But before we get things underway, let's start by saying hello to tonight's experts with me in the studio, beginning with psychic and medium, and the subject tomorrow night of a unique television experiment involving total sensory deprivation, Ian Shillito, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Ian, Last night, you joined Yvette and the team at Park Howard with a member of the audience, a chap called Andy Gill from Bristol,
Yep.
and you both had a remarkable experience. Have you recovered from that? How do you feel now about that?
It took quite a bit for me to recover, actually, because it was very active yesterday, and I was actually down in the cellar with the audience member who, luckily enough, experienced noises, bangs, colds, everything. Other than me, he saw lights. So whoever gets chosen tonight, good luck.
You'll be there to guide and help them then. Now, how does your gift actually work? Do you need to be at the location, or might you already be picking up intuitions or empathetic feelings from the vigil tonight?
It does help to be in a location because that's where the energy, major energies are. But you can tune into it. You can use your spirit guides and stuff to help just sort of relay information to you. I'm not particularly picking up anything just yet. I'm feeling a little bit anxious though.
Now, tomorrow's experiment is going to be something remarkable and something actually I think terrifying. You're going to be placed in a recreation of a medieval torture instrument. You're going to be shackled. You're then going to be put in a dungeon, a kind of oubliette they call it, where people are left to be forgotten. That on its own is going to be terrifying. But what are you hoping to achieve with that? Are you trying to kind of think or feel your way back into the consciousness of people who might have perished in that way?
Yes, so look, there's going to be a little bit of everything really. So you spoke about time slips yesterday. It's sort of, trying to get back to what it was like, what that sort of residual energies, that doing sort of psychometry on maybe the walls, on the floor, where sort of the energies of all these unfortunate people who have died will be soaked into, because you can't destroy energy, so that stays forever. You know what I mean? So hopefully I'm going to tune into that, and it's going to be a bit of obviously it's not a pleasant day for those people.
It's going to be fascinating though for the moment. Thank you, Ian Shillito. Also with us tonight we have our resident historian who last night was deeply moved by some of the activities, some of the information we picked up. It's Leslie Smith, ladies and gentlemen. So Leslie, first of all, we did get information last night about a young man called Hal who perished tragically in a train accident. For people who weren't watching, and I'm not trying to put you back on the spot, you did get very upset about things. You did get very moved and involved last night. How were things for you after the show?
To be honest, I was rather surprised myself by my own reaction to this, believing after many, many years of studying history that little shocks you. But that's a foolish thing to think, because history is populated by people, and I don't study history because of the dates. I study it because of the humanity. I was shaken. I was thinking about him when I went to sleep last night, and I woke up this morning glad to have found out about him.
Well, bless you. It's lovely to see you back. Very briefly, without giving too much away, what might be potentially emerging tonight about the location, Llanelli House?
A few things I'll just like to say, which is the house was said to have, quotes, wept for years. It's a house where there's been bitter litigation, and I have a death certificate here on my wonderful light-up desk, which I suspect later on will reveal much. We shall see if they find some of the elements I've got here. We might not.
Sounds like a cross between a Dickens novel and a horror film for us tonight.
Well, it might be.
We'll wait and see. Thank you, Leslie Smith. And of course, you can get involved tonight more than ever. We really need, we crave for, we beg your input tonight to tell you how you can take part in tonight's Most Haunted Live. Here is the king of all things interactive, Julian Clegg.
Thank you, Paul, and good evening, welcome to Interactive. And you were amazing last night, and I hope you're going to be just as good tonight. Now, as ever, we've got webcams at our location, which I want you to look at on our website at livingtv.co.uk. Let's have a look at them. There are the four. The webcam 1 is in the stairwell. Webcam 2 is in the cellar. Webcam 3, there it comes up now, in the corridor on the first floor. So that's webcam 3, you see anything there? Keep spotting things. And webcam 4 is in the third floor attic. Okay, so those are the four webcams. You can see them, as I say, at livingtv.co.uk. If you see anything unusual, any paranormal activity, let me know and we'll pass it on to everybody else. Now, the other way to get in touch is our new message boards. These are great. It's like an online forum on your mobile phone. You can sit doing that, texting away, and watch the show at the same time. We love it. It was really successful last night, so much so we had a bit of a meltdown around about 11 o'clock. But it's all going to work perfectly tonight, I'm assured. So get in touch. Now, there are 7 message boards. First of all, there's chat room 1, talk to Julian. This basically covers everything that isn't covered by the other 6, which I'm going to mention in a moment. You can talk directly to me and the interactive team, and we will get back to you and we'll get involved in the chat. Chat rooms 2, 3 and 4 and 5 are our webcam chat rooms, so we'll talk to other viewers about those. Chat room 6 is the vigil itself, so if you've got anything to say about the vigil that goes on this evening, go on that one. And then chat room 7 is off topic, anything else that's not covered by the previous 6, okay? Now, to get involved, text HAUNTED to 88600. They cost 5p a minute. You register, we'll get back to you, and then you're online on your mobile phone. Really, really great idea, and we really want to hear from you through the programme tonight. All the details, terms and conditions available on our website, livingtv.co.uk, and of course you can still get in touch by the website as ever on livingtv.co.uk. Just click it, get involved, and then you're there. Now, last night was a great night for Nicola, because Nicola won the 32-inch LCD TV. We surprised her on Your Say after midnight. Her old telly had just blown up and she won it. Would you like to be the winner tonight? Because I've got a top-of-the-range 32-inch LCD TV to give away, and 5-speaker surround system to plug into it as well. So a really great prize. If you'd like to win it, all you have to do is answer this question. Here's the question. Who is our guest medium? Is it A, Ian Shillitoe, B, Ian Lawman, or C, Ian McKellen? Now, if you know the answer to that, you get on the phone with our brand new number. Here it is, 0900 021 0000. Or digital satellite viewers, press your red button right now on your remote control. The entries cost £1. You must be over 18 to enter. And please remember to leave your name and details, because if you win, we want to get back to you. Simple as that. Good luck. The lines close at midnight. We'll announce the winner again on Your Say after midnight. So good luck with the competition and all the other interactive things too. More to come a bit later. Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. Are you feeling nervous? If so, go and make yourself a nice strong cup of tea at home. If you're not feeling thirsty, follow the action on the webcams. For you, the vigil has already begun. For Yvette and the team, it's going to start after this. Back in a moment. Welcome back to the second night of Midsummer Madness from Most Haunted Live. We are broadcasting from South West Wales in Carmarthenshire, and Yvette and the team are about to begin tonight's vigil at Llanelli House in South West Wales. Let's go to them now directly to find out what the situation is and what experiment they've got planned for everybody watching tonight. Yvette!
Hi Paul, we're actually inside Llanelli House, and I have to say it's one hell of a house. It's your classic haunted house, as it were. If it was in a film, this would scare you. It's derelict. It looks horrible. We've still got light coming in at the moment, but basically, David, I just want to walk you through into this room before we get on to tonight's experiment for everybody to join in at home. This particular area, you can sort of see, you know, used to what it kind of would have looked like with the big arches and everything. What comes to mind straight away as you come in here?
Yeah, when I first came in here, it's fairly obvious from the setup, the panelled walls and things, on a purely visual level that it used to be, I think, a family home. That's what it feels like. I mean, it has that kind of comfort about it. However, underlying it, there's two things that are immediate here. One is a hymn that's being sung, and I can't get a fix on it. Hopefully I'll get it. Another is a very odd smell, a poisonous smell, like an acrid iodine kind of, you know, really old medical smell.
Oh, right.
That's catching the back of my throat and making my mouth dry.
Right, okay.
So those two things are immediate.
Okay, does anybody else feel that at all? How does everybody else feel? Carl, how do you feel being in this environment?
I feel happier here than I did last night at Park Howard. But there is kind of there's almost a dizziness. There's almost everything doesn't seem solid, if that makes any sense.
Okay. What about you, Kath?
It's very spooky. I'm a bit worried about later. Very dusty as well.
Okay. Sally?
Yeah, it's that throat thing, I can feel that as well. I've been here a little bit longer than you, but it's definitely there. It's weird.
Now, John, how does this compare to last night? We've only just come in. How are you feeling?
I feel fine tonight.
Yeah.
I was here earlier. I know it's a spooky place. I've been for a walk around, but it's daylight still, so...
Okay. Richard?
This is your archetypal haunted house. It's still light, so it's not so bad, but I think this holds something. Mysteries.
Okay. Ian?
I mean, out of everywhere in this building, this is probably the place where I feel the safest.
All right, okay. So I've yet to see this building. I haven't seen it at all before. Okay, so let's go on through, because I want to talk about an experiment that you can join in with at home. and also it gives us a chance as we're walking backwards for you to actually take in what sort of place that we are investigating. There's stuff on the floor, there's holes on the floor, and as we go further into the building it gets darker and we're going to have to use our torches, so we've really got to be careful about where we're going. I mean, look at this. I mean, there's the staircase there. I mean, it looks, yeah, it should be in a film, shouldn't it, Kieran?
Definitely, yeah.
It really should. It really is. How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling fine. The baseline's all normal, so there's nothing unusual, but it does have that look, and it's going to play havoc with people's minds tonight.
Okay, let's go on into this room here. It's getting darker now as we're going in. I feel fine at the moment. I don't feel, I have to say, if I was on my own in here, I wouldn't last 2 seconds, I'd be out. Well, I just wouldn't come in here at all. Okay, in this room somewhere, wherever it is, it's over in, where is it? Here, this corner here is a safe. Now, in this safe, there are some objects in there. What we want you to do is please get in touch with us. Please concentrate, think really hard as what you might think could be in this safe. Okay, and you never know, you could be right. We have no idea what's in there. I do not know what's in there. The crew don't know what's in there. So please, please join in with us at home. Join in this experiment. It's a really old safe. I don't know exactly how old it is. And David, do you want to have a feel of the safe and have a feel and do some psychometry maybe?
Okay. I guess if we want people to guess, you don't want me to say too much. Okay. It's very difficult because sometimes you get, when you touch a safe, you get a psychometry of the safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Not necessarily what's in it. So you're actually dealing with a different kind of thing. But
is it an old safe? Does it go back to when the house was first here?
It does feel old. It feels Victorian, certainly.
Okay.
Just all I'm getting are shapes.
Right.
Shapes. Do you want me to say? Or
no.
Not? Okay. All right. I'm getting shapes of
all
objects.
Right then. Yeah. Go on then. Give us a shape. Yeah.
Okay. Give us a shape. They are like I'm getting just classic shapes. Something that's rectangular. Mm-hmm. There's a globe or a bowl type shape. So they are. That's all that's at the moment.
Okay. So you're just getting 2 objects at the moment in there.
I think there's more than 2.
Okay. All right. All right then, that's brilliant. Okay, it's back to Paul in the studio. We're going to start sort of calling out, asking David some more questions, getting more of the feel here. So it's back to you in the studio, and hopefully everybody at home join in with this experiment and help us find out exactly what's in this safe.
Okay, thank you, Yvette. We've heard David's thoughts. I want to hear Ian Shillitoe's thoughts in a moment, but first we are imploring for your input tonight. We want to hear from you people at home and from people in the audience. Julian Clegg from Interactive is going to tell you how. Julian.
Yeah, now, as Yvette was saying there, what's in that safe? We want to hear from you, and we want to have your drawings on the facts and so on, so I'll explain how you can do that. So think about it. If you have a feeling about what might be in the safe, maybe you'd like to describe it on our chat rooms, or you might like to go to the website and click on Get Involved and Tell Me, or why not fax your drawings, your psychic drawings, where you take a piece of paper and a pen and you basically get the impression of what is happening, what the object might be. Then you send it to me on this fax number, 01554 755 380. That is the fax number to send psychic art. What is in the safe? And this is always an interesting experiment. At the end of the evening, we'll compare what is in the safe with what you've been telling us through the evening. Now, don't forget our new message boards. They're up and running, and we want to hear from you. The message boards are one, Talk to Julian. Lots of great stories and comments coming in on that one already, including asking me, have I had any paranormal activities? And I put an answer already on that one on Talk to Julian. 2, 3, 4 and 5 are the webcams. Chat room 6 is the vigil. Don't forget on the webcams, in fact, we ought to go through those in a moment. There is a ball experiment going on in that, but I'll tell you more in a moment. Chat room 6 is the vigil, and chat room 7 is off topic. So that number again for the chat rooms, 88600. It's 5p a minute to access. Now, I mentioned the webcams there, and very importantly, an experiment going on in there as well. Webcam 1. Let's have a look at them here. Just to repeat these again. Webcam 1 is in the stairwell, and there you can see the stairwell, so if you see anything on that, let me know. Webcam 2 is in the cellar. There it is, looking a bit spooky and dark down there at the moment. Webcam 3, now this is interesting because there's a ball there. Webcam 3 in the corridor on the first floor. There's the ball. If you spot anything happening to that ball, obviously it falls down the stairs. We want to know about it, PDQ, so let us know. Webcam 4 is in the third floor attic. So get in touch, livingtv.co.uk, or through the chat rooms for details on that. More from Interactive a little bit later on, but Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. Do get involved. Do let us know what you think is inside that enigmatic safe. But first, something that has astonished me this early in the show. Now, I've not known Ian for very long. We first met at Portsmouth, and there you were telling me in the run-up to my first Most Haunted Live, you were having very intense dreams. One of your dreams turned out to be almost a premonition, a precognition of a burning ship. And that happened for real in Portsmouth Harbour. Now, 2 days ago you told me you'd had a dream about somebody being poisoned, and you said that might come up this weekend. I can actually vouch for that. You told me that, I think, Friday morning. The first thing David said was some kind of poison, some kind of sense of somebody choking or something.
It's interesting. I mean, these things are always a grey area. I mean, as with the boat, you know, I did see a burning boat, I did see a fire engine, it was a ferry in the Solent, was the following day, which is all very surreal. With this particular person, I did actually have a dream of a woman sitting at a dressing table who was poisoned. I felt everything that she went through.
And you said this to me 2 days ago.
I did, yeah. So it would be interesting to see if David actually does pick up with a lady.
And if Leslie Smith, our historian, can bear it out. Also, very quickly, have you picked up anything in that might be connected with or in that enigmatic safe?
It's difficult when somebody's also giving their own personal ideas anyway, but I'll try and move away from it. I think it's a non-personal object, so it's something not associated with one person.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Slightly general at the moment, more from Ian Shilliter later on. He's leaving soon with a member of our studio audience to join the vigil. We want your input. What's in that safe? Let us know after this break. Welcome back to the second night of Midsummer Most Haunted Live from the beautiful Carmarthenshire town of Llanelli, right here in South West Wales. It's time for us now to extend the cadaverous claw of kind invitation to a member of the studio audience as we invite one of you in this room tonight to join us on the vigil. I wonder who it's going to be. Let's find out right now. Helen Morris from Glendilo, it's you! Join in Shillito out there on the vigil and Llanelli House. Good luck to both of you. You're going to need it. Good luck, matey. Wow! A fascinating night in store. We do want your input on that investigation into the contents of that mysterious safe. Good luck to Helen, good luck to Ian, more from them later. Right now, it's time to return to the scene of the vigil. It is Llanelli House, in Llanelli of course, with Yvette and the gang. Let's find out where in the house they are now.
Thanks, Paul. Well, while we've been on the advert break and you've been sort of finding out which audience member is going to be joining us, we've been asking out, and we also did a circle on what we call the Om, which is where we do some chanting, which actually helps David. As soon as we did that, John Gilbert suggested that we call out, which we did, and we actually got knockings. So what we're going to do is just pick up straight away and see if we get a response from the knockings. If you're still here, please could you knock twice? Please could you knock twice? Okay. Are you female? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Yes. Okay. Did you die in this house? Yes. Yes. Right here.
I don't really have a connection with this thing.
Okay, who is it? Go on.
Well, when we were omming, sometimes what happens is you get visions, you get that big energy. And I had a young female either just falling down. She was tumbling downstairs, I think. Tumbling downstairs. And
can you hear it?
Yeah, it's a bit mental. And I think it's a classic, you know, master of the house, pregnant maid situation. That's what it feels like to me. And the reason it's getting there, because I remember I said earlier, I got the hymn. I heard the sound of someone singing a hymn.
Oh yes, yeah.
So I think the drive behind that was a religious factor, you know, that she was ashamed on a religious level,
Okay.
that she was pregnant.
What time period would this have been?
Probably around the mid 1800s.
Okay, any name with her?
Yeah.
Yes, tapping.
The name-wise begins with an M, but I can't quite get it. It's like Mary or perhaps something like.
Just one tap for yes. It just banged on the floor.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Do you get the impression she was pushed or she just fell accidentally?
She certainly wasn't pushed. I think.
Oh, blimey, right between the feet there.
David, you just mentioned another name after Mary. What did you say?
Myra. Two names. But I don't think she was pushed, because to me it seems like a suicide. It seems like a conscious thing that she's done.
How old was she when she did this?
She's a young girl. She was in her 20s, early 20s, I'd say.
And she's haunting here?
At the moment, what I'm getting is a repeat of the drama, but I think she's haunting. I think she's not. She's kind of calling. She's pulling me. You know. I think as we go higher up, we'll make stronger contacts with her.
Can you put the boom on the floor, John? Because I'm just going to ask a question. If there is a lady here that died and you fell down the stairs, please tap once for yes. Please tap once for yes. Yes. That was clear. Okay. Can you please tap out how many other spirits are here in this house with you now? Gosh, that's lots.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That was lots. You probably can't hear that in the studio because they were very, very faint. Do you want us to go upstairs? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move through. Okay. Oh, I want to ask one question. Just one question for us to tap back. Keep still.
Still, everybody.
Please, can you tell us? Please tap once for yes, twice for no. Are we in any danger?
Yes.
How many? Yes. One for yes. Okay.
Well, it's not.
All right, come on then. Let's keep going. It's not from her.
It's not from her, so it must be something else.
Okay, we'll go through this way. So this lady, I know that they're desperately asking me questions in my ear to ask you, and I'm not going to do that because that's going to give things to you, and I want you to come out with them yourself. So I'm going to leave that for the moment. I know there's lots of people. I know Leslie Smith is probably chomping at the bit. Staircase.
Yeah.
Anything around here that you're getting residual energy? That was me kicking a stone on the floor.
The staircase. I see her falling downstairs, but this isn't it. This doesn't feel like it at all.
Okay, it's not this staircase.
No.
Let's move on. Should we go down here? Carl, you know that there's a funny place, isn't there, that you want David to have a look at?
It's only because it seems peculiar to me why it's here, and I don't know why.
God, look at it.
And this obviously, and it clearly would have been something else, because it would have been the toilet, which would have been blocked off here.
Right.
And it is strange that would have been blocked off. Why would you have a room
This is
here?
really spooky.
Be really careful here, guys.
Oh my God. Watch your feet.
And watch your head.
Watch your head, everyone. Are you alright, David?
Yeah, I'm okay. This is mad.
Oh my word.
Right.
Oh look, there's a fireplace here.
And there is a door there, so but why is one room? Unless there's something else attached to it before.
Do you know, it feels to me as if the house has been added to. Do you know what I mean? It's been altered and changed, and perhaps the reason that's there is because it's. This is such a funny little room. I mean, it may have been a staircase that went up at some point, but it feels to me as if it's a.
Can you smell that smell? I get a smell of cleaning fluid, or yeah. Just briefly.
I think this young woman that I've got an attachment with was a maid. I think she definitely got it. It's not, is it? Oh, hello. That was right behind me, wasn't it?
Fell from up there. Yeah. But there's loads of stuff up there. It just could have been. Yeah. Keep talking.
I think she was a maid. What kind of smell? Was that a modern one or was it a carbolic-y kind of...
It's difficult to tell.
Yeah.
I can't...
Okay.
Could it tie in with the medical smell you were getting at the beginning?
Could have.
Yeah, perhaps.
Okay.
Perhaps.
That
that medically smell though comes from... It's coming from my mouth. It's...
What?
Do you know what I mean? It's more of a taste than anything.
What sort of taste? A bad taste?
I mean, for want of another word, it's a poisonous taste.
Okay.
It's just a poisonous taste.
All right.
And I think it's associated to her.
Associated to the woman?
Yeah.
So what? But she fell down the stairs, but there's poison?
She feels, to me, she feels out of it. She feels... It's really hard, because she feels... The images I'm getting is... You know, in a modern world, you would say that she was, you know, she was using drugs. She was out of it, and she, you know, wumphed over the stairs. Okay. Or even because she got to such a point that she actually had the courage to throw herself off the stair. Because she's carrying a baby.
Oh.
You know, she was pregnant. She was definitely pregnant by, you know, the master of the house, which I can't get a fix on.
So she died and the baby died?
Both died, yeah.
Okay, all right. All right. Now then, let's walk back through here.
Oh,
what?
That hit me on my hand.
Something just hit me on the back of the head, not a stone.
What's that? Not that?
It's not that.
No, I was stood over here.
Something hit me on my arm.
This was it. This flew down here.
Didn't feel like that. It felt like a hand.
Really?
Like a clip round the back of the head.
Okay. Let's call out. Call out, David.
Does anyone here, any astrals present, who want to contact us, please make a sound. Okay. I'm getting a bit of a warning. So the sensation's changed. There's something. She's quite gentle with me, and she's more image based.
Yeah.
But this one is more physical based. It's more, you know, that sensation. He's on me, and it's a he. It's a he.
So whoever it is.
Yeah.
It's the classic warning.
Yeah, for me it's a classic sign that they're aggressive, because it, you know, if I was just chatting to you about something, you would be, but these ones touch you.
Yeah.
So it's a sign that, look, I'm stronger than most, because I can make you feel me.
Okay.
So it's clairsentient. Yeah.
And you don't know who this man is.
There are two confusing names in here that my head is switching between, which are Thomas and William. There's two names which I'm switching between.
Okay. Call out, because if we're getting stuff, let's see if they can ask them to do something else. And if you leave us and go back to the studio...
We'll of course be returning to that vigil very soon, but already an amazing amount of information. We've got possibly somebody poisoned, a suicide, a maidservant carrying a baby. We've got the names Thomas and William, and maybe a female name beginning with M. Trying to pick a way through that information is a historian, Leslie Smith. Leslie, a lot of information there.
And very exciting too. David has come up with it again. I don't know how he could possibly have done it. It's taken an intense amount of research to find out what we found out about this property. It's extraordinary, really. In the 1850s, the house was split into two parts. And in one part was a doctor, and that was the smell of medicine he talked about when we first went in, or apothecary smells, and also whose son, who was another doctor. He was unmarried and 37. Also in the house lived a young maid called Mira. I've got her name here, and
not the common Victorian name like Mary or Mary Ellen or
Myra is another name, and that's fairly common. And her name is Turner, and at 22 years of age, I've got her death certificate here. She was put on a death certificate that she had committed suicide by taking laudanum, which is very bitter and very expensive.
Now this is amazing, because, as I said earlier, Ian Shillitoe, our other psychic medium, 2 nights ago had a dream in which he saw a young woman around a dressing table, which is what a maidservant might be, then taking poison or being poisoned. This seems to be being borne out by your research, and to make it clear, neither David nor Ian had any idea until they turned up at the start of tonight's show where the vigil was going to be tonight. This is uncanny.
what's so amazing about it is what people don't realise necessarily out there is my files are taken off me when I arrived here in Wales. I don't get them back in a big bag that's been brought in tonight until about half an hour before the show starts, so that nobody can see the content. You have to understand the amount of research that's gone into this is fantastic.
That's why you're a historical beaver.
Absolutely.
You're working non-stop.
I'm Sherlock Holmes in drag, really. So I spend a great deal of my time rooting around trying to find the odd little stories that people don't necessarily know.
These seem like direct hits. We want you to keep working. We want to find out what people at home think. And of course, we still want your thoughts on what's inside that mysterious safe. Time to go back to Interactive and Julian Clegg.
Thanks very much, Paul. Now, the message boards are buzzing, and don't forget you can get involved on the message boards. And the number, very importantly, text haunted on your mobile, and the number is 88600. For example, on the Talk to Julian one, it says, Chalice is sure there's going to be a poltergeist activity tonight and wants to know if I've experienced any paranormal activity. So I've gone into this chat room and replied and said, well, something spooky happened at Jamaica Inn with me and my wife. So there you are, I've got an answer on, and that's how it works. It interacts through the show on your mobile phone. You can also get in touch, of course, via the website livingtv.co.uk. Now, don't forget you have Most Haunted Live on your mobile all the time, because we've got wallpapers and ringtones available as well. The number, text haunted to 88010, and the ringtones and wallpapers cost £1.50. Now, what's in the safe? The fax machine just doesn't stop. We've had some great ideas. Here we are. Jane, Daniel and Ken from Port Talbot says there's a love spoon, a music box or jewellery box and a child's teething rattle. These are great, keep them coming. Karen and Stephen from Lee, letter opener and pendant in the safe. Here's another one, Alison and Mark in Exeter. We think there's a key and a piece of parchment and a calligraphy type with calligraphy type writing on it. Is it a flat iron, says Paul in Wednesbury. Thank you. Great idea. Or how about an ingot or metal bar, says Barbara from Guildford. Keep those coming. The fax number is 01554 755 380. We'll show you more of those as the show goes on. But for the moment, Paul, over to you.
Thank you, Julian. So, get interactive, get involved, and come to the aid of our intrepid investigators. Midsummer Most Haunted Live returns after this. Welcome back to a fascinating Midsummer Most Haunted Live right here from Llanelli in South West Wales. Yvette and the team are at Llanelli House. Information and evidence has already emerged, and we're also trying to find out, with your help, the contents of a mysterious safe. Let's return now to the vigil and Yvette. Yvette.
Thanks, Paul. Well, basically, we're about to go down into the cellar, which is a horrible place. Also delighted to let you know that Helen and Ian Shillito have joined us. Now, I've given them both a walkie-talkie. Are you holding hands, or is that my
We're holding hands.
Oh, yeah, you are. Now, if you guys go off, there's a webcam by the stairs. It's got sound on it. If you want to, Ian, take Helen off and see what you get on the staircase. If anything happens, just give us a shout on the walkie-talkie, okay?
Will do.
All right, then, off you go.
See you later.
Right, now it's time for us to go down into the cellar. I've not been down here at all. Apparently it's quite small, so there's myself, David, Kieran, Stuart, John Gilbert and Richard Felix are going to go down here. Am I going to go first?
You want me to go first? Yeah, right.
Crying out loud.
Stinks. Oh, right.
Yep.
Stinks, doesn't it?
Okay. Right, behind me. God.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it stinks.
It stinks.
Oh, it's horrible. Oh, it's only small. God, I'm really off balance.
Yeah.
Oh, Stu, get right down, mate.
Right, there's bottles up here on the... Obviously some sort of... What is that? All right. There's a webcam down here as well. God, there's loads of little bottles. God, these tiny little bottles. I know. Right.
Yeah, I think.
What? You're going to tell me something awful now?
No. These bottles are mad, aren't they?
Okay. Hello, webcam. Right. What are you getting down here?
I don't feel very comfortable, but that's you know, I guess natural in space like this. I am picking up on a male energy. I mean, I know that's a confined space and the rest of it, but I've almost got like a clawing.
Oh God.
You know, but trying to get out clawing. I don't think anyone's been... No!
Jeez, where's that from?
I hit over here, something from here.
That hit my arm. I don't think that was something. Rick.
Who is it,
Pick
David?
it up.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
we
because
need to find
we're
out.
all stood in front of it, so it might not have picked it up. A good point, Carl. Who's here then, David? You say this man is clawing. You say a man?
Yeah, it is a man. It feels as if, you know, there's no foul. I don't feel foul play. I don't feel foul play at all. But I feel, what I do feel is a
I
sense...
just saw something behind Kieran.
Did you?
What did you see?
It looked like a face.
Oh God.
Just here?
Just right here.
I thought I saw something move, but it was like a black movement there. I didn't see it.
I saw a physical thing. Can you describe it? Male, female?
No, it was just a
flash. It was just a flash. Okay.
Carry on, David.
It feels to me as if he's come down here, he's been shot and he's had a natural death, so he's had a heart attack, or, you know, something's happened and he's died in this space. That's what it feels like
How
to
long
me.
ago?
Probably 1800s, late 1800s again. He feels like a servant again. He doesn't feel like, you know, anyone of any standing.
You see the gentleman that you got the warning about, or
No.
is it somebody completely different?
This is someone different. This one is aggressive to a point because he wants out, and it's almost like he's constantly replaying that. I want out, I want out, I want out. You know, he's constantly pulling and scratching because, of course, he probably can't see the opening.
Do you think
So
you're in
his
any
mind's
danger
locked.
down here?
I don't feel very comfortable in it. The only thing I
I
was
can tell you're not comfortable at all.
is movement. You know, I'm really aware of him moving.
Okay.
You know, and he's not going to respect the physical. He's going to go straight through
Right.
them. You know.
Do you want to ask out? Do you have any names with him?
Not at the moment.
Ask out.
There's a generic name that I just want to confirm it. But if there's anyone here, if there's any astrals here, if you died here, sir, in this cellar, could you let us know?
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Go on.
I had a bang. If you are here, can you bang once for just to let us know that that's your yes, that's your signal for yes.
That was two then. Did you hear that?
I only heard one.
I got two. Dun dun. Oh,
What's that?
that's all right. It's just something on my feet. But I think it was the cable. No, there's nothing on my
No,
feet.
you're on the cable.
I'm on the cable, but
There's nothing over it.
okay. Keep calling out.
If that's you that's moving around, I can feel you moving around. Can you drop the temperature? Can you maybe show yourself? If you already showed yourself to one of us, try and do it again. I'm getting a draft. Not natural in the cellar, is it?
It's not natural, but then again it could be coming from upstairs. But I came in here earlier on, set it up, and there doesn't seem to be a draft.
My legs now are getting colder.
Who's breathing really heavily?
Here.
Who's breathing really heavily?
There's no one on this
I'm
side.
hearing really heavy breathing
By you.
coming from over there. That's why I asked if someone is breathing.
My right leg, Kieran, is particularly cold.
If there is somebody here, there's a spirit of a man who died down here in this cellar. Please, can you throw something? Move something? Or make a loud bang? Please, let us know that you're here. There are many bottles in this...
Oh, what? That was right back.
Where did that come from?
Here. There's so many of them, isn't there?
Oh, there's no way we'd know that.
You said bottle.
Okay.
Get me, hang on.
Thank you very much. Could you please do it again? Do it again, please. Throw something else, please. I beg of you. Can you hear us? If you can, tap once.
I'm sure just before you said that I heard a groan or
Did you?
a noise like that.
Do you think you would have got it?
It was really faint.
And it would sound like from your part of the room.
Okay. It's worth looking back then at that.
Are you still hearing the heavy breathing?
Not like before, no.
Are you hearing it, Karen?
I just heard it very, very faintly.
Right.
And I just wondered if it was the same thing that Yvette was hearing.
Is that you that's breathing? Can you do something else for us, please, to let us know that you're here? Can you touch one of the men in the cellar?
That was me.
I can hear the breathing now. It's not you, is it, John?
No.
I could hear that. It was this. It was...
I don't think that's what I was hearing.
No, it was coming from there, so I wasn't sure whether it was John or not, but it wasn't John. Okay. There it is again. Can you hear it? Can you hear that breathing?
I can now, yeah.
Is he here? Is he here? Is he here?
Yeah, he's moving around, but he seems to be here mainly. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh,
my God! Oh God! Did you hear that? Flipping heck! Thank you. Sorry for screaming. Did you hear that bang as well?
That's right by you.
We need to check. Paul, in the studio, we definitely heard a long breath. You've got that. Just before you hear something being thrown. Sorry if we're screaming, we're asking out for things, we're sorry, we're just surprised. Please don't be put off by that. Please, can you do something else for us again? Do you hear that tap? Is that you that's tapping? You alright, John?
Someone just touched me.
No, I've got my hands.
I'm right next to Richard.
I just felt someone, it was like a hand being placed on the backside.
I did say touch one of the men. Just see how Ian's doing. Ian, Helen, how are you doing?
Hi, Yvette.
How are you doing?
Hearing doors squeaking at the moment, and we can see a light change at the end of the room.
Okay, we're having things thrown at us. We're hearing breathing and sighing down here in the cellar.
Cass also heard something.
Okay.
Was that somebody's stomach?
I think so.
Could have been mine.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Is he still here?
Yeah, he lives here. He doesn't. I don't think he goes any further.
Yes.
We are getting the message to Yvette. We're going to play it for you after a break in a few minutes' time. We did hear that breath and certainly that noise out there on the vigil. Things obviously hotting up as they are on the interactive front. We thank you for all your input. Let's find out what you're giving us from Julian Clegg. Julian.
Thanks very much indeed, Paul. Well, the website is really busy tonight. livingtv.co.uk is our website, of course. And thanks for your messages. Huge congratulations to Mel and Richard in Devon, who had a baby boy called Rocky last night. They're all big fans of the show, and they're watching Most Haunted live from the hospital tonight. That's coming on the website. Brilliant. Also, numerous responses from people saying that Llanelli House is particularly spooky, even scarier than last night's location. Dozens of people have already predicted that the house was haunted by a young woman who was linked to a baby. David and Leslie's findings have confirmed what people had already been discussing, interestingly, and inundated with people, including Deborah in Berkshire, who said they could see a figure of a young woman over Yvette's shoulder. Now, a few people also reported that they could hear crying whilst David was talking about the young pregnant woman. Keep all that coming on the website, livingtv.co.uk. Now, our competition tonight, let me remind you about this, a 32-inch top-of-the-range 32-inch LCD TV and a top-of-the-range 5-speaker system to plug into it as well. Great prize. Also, runners-up walk off with this, which is the Most Haunted Top 50 Moments. It comes out tomorrow on DVD. That will be yours if you're a runner-up too. Here is the question. Who is our guest medium? Is it A, Ian Shillito, B, Ian Lawman, or C, Ian McKellen? If you think you know, dial our brand new number. It's 0900 021 0000, or if you're a digital satellite viewer, press the red button on your remote control. The entries cost £1. Now, the phone lines close at midnight, and we'll announce the winner on your say between midnight and 1 a.m. So win that TV and have it in your living room very, very soon. Good luck on the competition and everything else. More from Interactive later. Paul, over to you.
Thank you, Julian. Please keep all your input coming in towards us, and also keep watching during this break via the webcams, because who knows what's going to happen. More moments possibly like this. Back in a moment.
Oh my God! Oh God, did you hear that? Thank you. Sorry for screaming. Oh my God! Oh God, did you hear that?
Hello and a warm welcome back to Midsummer Most Haunted Live. That clip you just saw happened a mere few minutes ago, and after that we heard a noise. We've got it on tape. You're going to hear it now twice in a row. You make up your own mind and let us know what you think. It's just after David asks, did you hear that? Here we go.
Can you hear it?
Yeah. Oh my God! Oh God, did you hear that? Yeah. Oh my God! Oh God, did you hear that?
Now, our academic parapsychologist, Dr. Kieran O'Keefe, is out there. We're going to review those tapes and let you know what evidence we get from them. Let's return now to Yvette and the team. Yvette, how goes the vigil?
Thanks, Paul. We've moved from the cellar. We are going to return to the cellar because I know that you've been able to hear what we heard there. The reason why I screamed was because you can actually hear what seemed to be like a piece of glass flying through the air and smashing on the floor. Now, Kieran, you actually heard that sigh as well.
Yes, I did. I definitely heard the sigh. So we know it's not an auditory hallucination. I heard it. Everybody else down in the basement heard it as well.
So would you say that was paranormal?
I wouldn't say it's paranormal. I want to listen back to it, make sure, discount that it's actually none of the crew accidentally taking a deep breath. The things you mustn't forget, we got that, and then we got the bottle.
Okay.
I mean, two amazing phenomena.
So you'll be able to look at that footage and then maybe we can talk about that tomorrow. All right, let's go on up the stairs. These stairs are so creepy, aren't they?
Here we are.
I've been absolutely petrified. Yeah. Are you all right, David?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So we've got the gentleman down in the cellar who died down there. You've also picked up on the lady. These aren't the stairs that she fell down. You think she was drugged or poisoned of some kind. She fell down the stairs. She wasn't pushed. She was pregnant at the time.
Yeah.
Got all this information. There's also a gentleman that you picked up on who doesn't want us here.
Yeah, there's one strong male. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, we also had Ian and Helen. We left them here at the top of the stairs. Now, just tell us exactly what's been going on while we were in the cellar. What happened to you?
Right, exactly what we've done. We stood in a circle. We did a little mini seance. You did the usual, ask if there's anybody there. The most interesting thing is we've got Helen to speak Welsh. Right. And I picked up on a lady that's around here. It's a very sad story. You started sort of talking. We got a lot of results. We got a lot of noises. But the best of all, all three of us have seen white lights down the corner of that corridor.
Really?
2 occasions.
Down there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so stay with us. Do you want to have a look down this end of the corridor, or do you feel pulled in any other particular way, in any room that you want to go into?
I want to start that way, actually, I think,
Which
initially.
way?
Let's go up this way initially.
Let's go up this way. Come on then, everyone. Okay, the noises you can hear is the cable dragging on the floor, just as we're moving from one room to the other. Okay. All right.
Do you want to go in here?
Yeah.
That's so creepy. Okay. When we get into this room, Helen, what I'm going to ask you to do, if that's all right, is actually call out in Welsh. Now, I know we were talking about this, David, during the commercial break, and you were saying that the woman that you picked up on, the one that fell down the stairs, actually you don't feel that she was Welsh.
No, I mean, obviously they could pick up on another one. There'll be lots of people who've lived and died here, but the one I'm communicating with doesn't even have a shade of an accent.
Right, okay. But it could work with calling out in Welsh. There could be...
Absolutely, yeah, because you could be contacting someone different.
Are you all right to do that? Yeah? All right. If you just ask out, we'll see what... Yeah.
It's far too noisy.
Yeah, everybody stand still. Okay, Helen.
Licen i gweud helo chi, so ni'n gwybod beth yw eich enw chi, neu beth ych chi'n neud yma, ond hoffen ni os ych chi'n gallu dod i gweud rhywbeth i ni. Dewch chi ymuno yn yn ystafell yma.
Did you hear that? Hey, there you go. Keep still.
Stand still.
Tapping.
Keep still.
Ask to knock.
Wyt ti'n gallu bwrw ar y llawr i ni?
Ask to knock. Yes, twice. Can they see us?
Wyt ti'n gallu gweld ni? Ydych chi gallu bwrw unwaith am ie, dwywaith am na?
There you are. Right underneath, there was one there.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll talk out, and then if you repeat what I say, is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
If there's anybody here, please, can you just knock very loudly twice for me now?
Os mae rhywun yna, ydych chi'n bwrw swnllyd i ni nawr?
You hear that?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you male or female? Once for yes, twice for no.
Dyma merch i chi neu dyn? Os yw merch i chi unwaith am ie, dwywaith am na?
Twice.
Yeah.
I forgot what I asked.
It's a man.
It's a man. Okay, so we've got a man. Do you mean there's any harm? Once for yes, twice for no, please.
Ydych chi moyn rhoi doler un o'n ni? Unwaith am ie, dwywaith am na?
What?
Yes. Okay, we've had that downstairs and once up here. Is this the Thank you, Helen. Is this the gentleman that you picked up on, or is this somebody else?
He's the only aggressive one that I found so far, the only one that would harm us so far.
Are we all stood still then? Flipping heck, did you hear that?
By the way, but I didn't move any significantly.
Okay. Who is he, David?
I think he's a former owner. It's a scenario where he is a former owner.
Keep going, David, keep going.
And there seems to have been a loss of property, which almost like he's lost the property of the family and he's trying to hold. Do you know what I mean? He's trying to hold on to it by haunting it, essentially.
Yes. You get knocks for every time you say that and saying yes, yes. What was
What's
that?
that?
Is that one of you guys?
Yeah.
Alright. Please, sir, do you want us out? If you do, please knock very loudly on the floor now. Once for yes. I'll ask again. One loud knock for yes. Do you wish us out? Yes. Okay. Can you do something now? Can you throw something? Touch one of us? If you wish to leave your house, please try and make us go.
There's an association also, there's a link, it feels like there's a link between this house and the one we were in last night.
In what way?
He seems to be, I don't know, it was a family thing. I mean, I guess they owned land around.
It seems when he said family thing.
Okay, it's a family link. It's a family link between the two houses.
Yes, it's getting a knocking all the time. It's quite clear, isn't it, up here? I don't know if they're getting it back in the studio. I'm going to ask again because I'm just going to ask. Please, sir, if you can hear my voice, can you knock very clearly how many spirits are with us now?
Three, I got. Oh, still good.
How many is that?
12? I think that's scare tactics. There's not 12 here.
There's not 12 here.
I think that's just scare tactics. He'd have gone on for another 5 minutes, I think, if he'd let him.
So is he an aggressive man?
He's calculatingly aggressive. He's not.
So possibly deceitful messages from an astral in that house, but a positive plethora of paranormal information, and Leslie Smith has been kind of working her way through it. First of all, there was a link possibly, David sensed, between the vigil tonight in Llanelli House and the vigil last night in Park Howard. Is there any connection?
Absolutely, and the name is Howard. People who own both properties by the same name with the same family. Quite a small, tight area. Rich families often own more than one property, and we certainly have that link. The other link, of course, is this maid who was suggested died through pregnancy. We think that in fact the rumours spread from one house to another, if you like, because it's like everywhere seems to have a maid killing herself through pregnancy. But this one is a bit more interesting than the others. I can't leave this girl alone yet, Myra, and that's because in the old days, in the Victorian period particularly, sometimes girls were put into institutions, or commonly put into asylums, for having a pregnancy outside of marriage.
What was called moral insanity.
Well, absolutely, and it was considered it was a conspiracy of decency as well, do you understand, in the sense of a euphemism, by suggesting that if someone of a different class got a girl of the lower orders pregnant, keep the whole thing shut up as quickly as you can. How did that girl get laudanum? She couldn't have afforded it, but it's something you can get very hooked on. She may have stolen it, she may have had pain. We do know that there is a story that a girl fell down the stairs, and we've got no evidence that happened. We have, however, got the suicide of Myra through laudanum.
Working in a house where the father and the son were doctors.
Both doctors, and not only that, 2 staircases. The house was split into 2 parts, remember. So this is all very strange indeed. By the way, we've got William and we've got Thomas, both in the house at the same time, 1850. David's bang on. And I think I know who he's just found as well. Previous owner, William Chambers, who did struggle desperately to keep the property on the basis that he thought he might lose it and took out an unreasonably long lease to try to keep it for his son.
Okay, now loads more information we're working our way through. We're going to keep updating everybody on what Leslie is discovering. Obviously we're returning to the vigil, and we're going to hear from Julian in Interactive after this short break.